Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And as you can see, it's time to go back to the theater. No, not the Olive Garden, the theater. And ladies and gentlemen, the Scarlett Johansson has returned to theaters, oh yeah. And back in an action film, ladies and gentlemen, here's my review of the 2017 sci-fi action film, Ghost in the Shell. In the future, most humans are augmented with many different types of cybernetics. Hanka Robotics, the world's leader in the industry, is developing a secret project where a human brain can be put inside a robotic body or shell and be able to function instead of using an AI. Their first success comes from a young woman named Major Mira Killian, who was a victim of a terrorist attack which found her body beyond repair. A year after the operation, Major finds herself as a counter-terrorist operative. Her latest mission is to stop a hacker who has been taking control of unknowing victims to commit murder. As Major gets closer to finding the hacker, she starts to question things about how little of her own past she really knows and starts to wonder who she can trust. So what did I think of Ghost in the Shell? I thought it's a well-made and entertaining sci-fi film. First off, I'm not familiar with the Ghost in the Shell source material at all, but from what I saw here, I found it rather fascinating and felt like it stands well enough on its own to understand what's going on. By the previews, you were able to see this film would be quite the spectacle for the eyes. The visuals here are certainly phenomenal and make it worth seeing on the big screen and even tossing in a couple of extra bucks for a 3D showing. There's also a number of exciting and slick action sequences, including Major's team taking out the killer Geisha robots, a couple of shootouts and brawls between the characters, and a finale with a certain tank. At first, I wasn't sure how much I would get into the story, as after the first 20 minutes or so, things got a bit drab. Luckily, things pick up towards the middle of the film when things take a turn and Major begins asking questions about her past and trying to figure out what really happened to her and where she came from. I found her journey to be interesting and tried to put the pieces together along with the character. I also like the relationships Major has with a number of supporting characters, giving her a bit more of a human feel. The first villain we're introduced to here, looking to take out certain doctors, is cool, and I wish we could have seen a bit more of him, while the baddie who comes into play later on is a bit, ho-hum. I really enjoyed the music throughout the movie as well. Scarlett Johansson stars as Major Mira Killian, the young woman who finds her brain inside of a robotic shell and becomes a very important operative against terrorism. There was a lot of controversy about Scarlett starring in this movie instead of an Asian actress, and even some people that didn't like her performance here, but I really didn't have much of a problem with either and thought she was fine. She definitely is in badass mode here. Also in the cast, Takeshi Kitano as Chief Daisuke Aramaki, the imposing leader of the Anti-Terrorist Bureau who calls the shots, Palou Azabek as Batu, a fellow operative who's become a friend to Major, Michael Pitt as Kuze, the hacker Major and company are trying to find before more bodies pile up, and Juliette Binoche as Dr. Oulé, the doctor who designed Major and still feels responsible for her. Ghost in the Shell is a great-looking film that left me mostly pleasantly surprised and entertained. I'm going to give it the rating of... do it. Alright, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside515. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/westtroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAList. Until next time, Troop out.